ladies and gentlemen, to the Arena Valor World Cup 2018 Bootcamp. Joining me today, I'm Arctic, by the way. With me is Rockhard as well as Marco. For this particular team fight, a little bit more trickier because MSP went 0-2 against Chinese Taipei. But there's one team fight that I'd like to highlight, which I think pretty much justifies just how ahead Chinese Taipei is, not only in terms of where they're at in the meta, but also with how they actually go about the game, how they read what's going on the map. So let's go ahead and check out this next team fight right here, guys.
Alright, so we see here that the Philippine team is starting on the invade once again on the red buff. Level 1 plays here with the teammate already, and it's turning out to be pretty safe, right? I mean, that's the initial thing that you see with Clutch Guild overall. They like to do those level 1 fast invades on the buff, and usually that does net them really big advantages. But what Taipei did is try to not counter that, although they do know that the Philippine team does love to do this. They do it as well on the other side, and I think that kind of negated what Clutch Guild was trying to do. They do catch LYL in a bad position as well, which at this point you kind of wonder, right? They already know that 4 members of Taipei is on their jungle, and you'll see here, Philippine team is starting to go in with black. Level 1 teaming almost.
Level 1 Puri Puts in there. They're trying to do something within this team fight, you know. MCC hits that wonderful first skill, but too bad it's not enough. Their carry goes down and they're forced to back off. Black, being in the center of the team fight, not tanky enough without his ultimate. LYL tries to do something but gets demolished. This is a big effect of that early thing. So what you probably didn't see at the start over there was during that 3-man invade in the lower jungle, their Malok actually went into the bottom lane and saw that Wonder Woman was in the bottom lane, which meant that they were free to rotate naturally into that upper jungle so that they could catch those 2 members or 3 members of PH team trying to go back into their lane. So by invading the jungle on that side, they're able to get the numbers advantage and easily flank PH team, resulting in that destroying, crushing team fight.
Yeah, and at that point, after Muachi died on the Lindis, you already kind of knew that you lost the fight because everyone else was just super healthy, but they still stayed until the very end of it. They tried to take something which they had no business taking, and therefore they suffered a lot more casualties than they should have in that fight.
And I think just that team fight, like I was saying, it's a great insight as to just how ahead Chinese Taipei is. Not just in terms of, because people are saying, oh, it's because the regions are ahead in terms of patch, which is why you're able to get a better grasp on these newer heroes. But it's not just that. I mean, just the forethought that the Chinese Taipei team has shown in terms of, okay, not just in terms of positioning on the map, but the forethought of making that play, knowing that the PH team would be lesser in numbers, is just a pretty good showing of how well calculated they are going into these team fights.
Yes, and of course, just going back to that team fight, overall, Chinese Taipei did have a composition that is better to handle a level 1 team fight. They had the Ormor Gun Punch, which can proc very early on, AoE Stun. You kind of already have a free fire because of that, and including the Lubu. The Lubu was also there, which was also a big factor. The AoE CC was one of the biggest factors in why they fought that. And I think even though there was teaming right there, it was level 2. It didn't really contribute much. After that initial Pudiput, you're basically just useless. Useless. You're a meat shield, which, again, because of that, they didn't get any answer over there. It was just an overall big loss for the Philippine team.
So there you have it, guys. We've heard from our 2 analysts. Thank you again so much, Rockhard and Marco, for joining us today. I'm Arctic. This has been the team fight analysis for the current AWC Bootcamp 2018. We'll see you guys for more content in the future. For the meantime, if you want more updates on Garena AOV, be sure to check out the Facebook page. We also have our YouTube channel up and kicking, where all the games are being broadcasted. So for more of AOV, check them out there, and we'll see you guys during the next video. For the meantime, adios.